everyone! In this video we're going to be unboxing one of my favorite subscription boxes, the Darling bead box. I love this bead box so far. I have never been disappointed and I'm excited to see what this month brings. This is October's. So it comes like this in this little package and a tissue paper. But before that we're going to really quick look at the sheet. So they include this little sheet with it, and it talks a little bit more about the beads in here and even the metaphysical information. So it tells you, you know, what the gemstone is good for, because they have findings and gemstones and check beads are included in this box, which is super cool. And so here it's we're going to see moss agate, also known as mocha stone, is a gemstone renowned for the greenish filaments that seem to resemble creeping moss or other vegetation. The alternative name comes from the Arabian city of Mocha in Yemen. I thought it was Yemen. Which I'm sorry if I butchered that, which was an ancient source for the gemstone. So I've never seen a moss agate. Maybe I have and I don't recognize it. So that is a little bit of history, but I love that they include this here. So you get to know more about the gemstones. And it says that the metaphysical properties, it said to encourage tranquility and emotional balance. And it says it's perfect for those who experience strong aggression or overly nurturing emotions. It helps bring us closer to nature and can bring a sense of focus or patience when we need to disconnect from the chaos of modern society. So that's so cool. So it says that the moss agate is mostly found in India, India, Brazil, Uruguay, Central Europe, and the Western United States. Huh. I'll have to go digging for moss agates. And then it comes on the other side. Like I said, this is October's box, and it has the all the list of what is in here, so you can check that off as you go. Make sure you've got everything. Well, for me, it helps me identify what's what. Enough talking. Let's see what's in here. All right. So it comes in this organza bag. Each month has a different color. Let's bring our beading mat over here. So we're going to start with 2, and 2 is a 20 centimeter strand of 6 millimeter natural moss agate. So, this is what it looks like. That's a pretty green. You know, it's really pretty to say goodbye to the greenness of nature, the fall, you know, the leaves. At least here in Minnesota, we start to see now all the trees losing their leaves, preparing for the winter. So it's a perfect way to still get a little bit of that green. All right, so pretty. These are cool. Check out these bead caps, you guys. Well, you can also make tassels. This is number 17. 17 is 6 pieces of 42 by 8 iron filigree bead cones and antique bronze. These are really cool. Huh, I've never seen anything like this. Aren't they awesome? Check it out. That is so cool. And they're not just completely brass. It's almost like they've got coating to them, or an antiquing, because they're not completely one tone. That is really pretty. These are very cool. I like it. You can make tassels, or the earrings. You could probably make really cool earrings with these. Ooh, this one's pretty too. Don't forget to stay tuned for the other half of the video where I do a tutorial with whatever we have here. It's kind of a design on the fly. Grab my tools and make something with these beautiful components and beads. So number 16 For number 16, we have 2 pieces of antique bronze flower connectors. These are 34.5 by 28 millimeters. These are pretty. I like the little filigree. Very pretty. The connectors, look what they have. You can use this here or all these little circles, or just the 3 and the 1. That is very cool. You can probably even glue a bead in there. Look at this, you guys. I don't know where they find it, but they include the biggest toggle clasps ever. Look at that. That is so cool. The same one happened with another one previously from the, I think it's like previous months from September's. But look at that. Is that cool or what? For a toggle. I don't know. You might even be able to use this alone. Isn't that cool? I don't know how you would use the metal part for something else. If you guys know, put some ideas down in the comments. But check that out. Isn't that cool? That is an amazing... This is a toggle that you would have to use as an accent piece. You really couldn't hide this because it's worth, you know, displaying on your piece of jewelry. It's worth highlighting. And then you've got another toggle here in this adorable little heart shape like hook. These are cute for maybe even key rings. I don't know. Accents for your purse. Oh, there you go. This would be pretty for to do a purse charm off of here. That would be really cool. Apparently the metal components were on the top. So these are 30 pieces of 6.5 millimeter antique bronze bead caps. So these are cute little bead caps. I love antique bronze, by the way. I have a ton of wire, and I mean, not a ton, but different gauges of wire in antique brass because I love the colors so much. That is really pretty. All right, I grabbed another metal one by out of the bag, and I'm like, no, I want to find more beads. So I'm not big on leaves, but these are really pretty. So this is number 9, 10 pieces of check maple leaves in red autumn colors. How pretty are these? Check it out. They're so pretty. Each one of them is very unique. Aren't they pretty? Well, and I love, even in real life, I love maple leaves. The shape of the leaves. These are really pretty. Of course, here we have more metal components. We'll get some more beads, I swear. We're almost done with the metal components, it looks like. These are 2 pieces of flower chandeliers, 34 by 28 millimeters in antique bronze as well. Really cute. All right, so this is a 20 centimeter strand of 8 millimeter natural moss agate, little round beads. This color is so pretty. I'm not a big green person, but I think this with the antique bronze goes absolutely perfect. Just gorgeous. Isn't that pretty? These little trucks. They almost, some of them almost look black. Very, very nice. 21 is 100 pieces of antique bronze, 3 millimeter round spacers. Aren't these pretty? Very, very pretty. I like these. I love little spacers like that. I have a ton of gold ones that I use in a lot of my jewelry. And just such a pretty accent. And more metal component. But these are actually very cute. They're 12 pieces of 13 by 7 millimeter antique bronze pine cones. Are these adorable or what? You know what? This would be really pretty with a necklace with those leaves hanging, with these pine cones dangling. I'm already getting some ideas. And my creative juices are flowing. Finally, it looks like we're moving on to some beads. Number 8 is these gorgeous 7.5 by 7.5 AB plated faceted bite cones in dark green. Look at the sparkle in these, you guys. Whoa. That is pretty stunning. These are gorgeous. Check it out. These are really pretty. So number 12 is 40 pieces of 4mm check drugs in gray green with a light Picasso finish. Look at that. Aren't these pretty? I don't know if you can see, they've got like a sheen to them. Got that Picasso finish, but they almost look like they have a pearl, you know, like a pearl finish to them. These are really pretty. I don't know if you can tell, but they're the gray and the green, they go beautifully. It's a very nice cool tone green. Green gray. It's almost like a military green. Look at these, you guys. Aren't they gorgeous? Number 7 is 30 pieces of 6mm check fire polished dark green round beads. Aren't these pretty? Look at that. Whoa. I like these. These are super cute. Like I said, I'm not big on green, but this green is really pretty. Especially the metallic finish on them. Really, really pretty. You're going to have to take a drink every time I say really pretty. 13 are these gorgeous 18 by 16mm check twist beads in dark topaz with light travertine finish. And we get 12 pieces. Look at these. Aren't they gorgeous? You guys, check these out. They are just so pretty. I don't think I've ever seen a shape like this. And they are drilled. Where's the drill? Is it on the side? Or through the center? Oh yeah, they're drilled on the side here. That is so cool, especially if you want to use them as dangles. If you're like me and you love the dangles. And the drill is up here. These are so pretty. And look at these. We've got some bicones. For number 3, we have 40cm strand of 4mm golden glass bicones. Very pretty. The golden in these colors. They just remind me, like I said, of a sunset. 4mm. They're cute. And always great accent to add that just a little bit of sparkle to your piece of jewelry. If you're like me and you like sparkle. This is a 42cm strand of 4x3 half golden plated faceted rondelles in sienna. Okay, so these are 3mm ones. 4x3. Look at that. Sienna. They almost, some of them, I think it depends on how you twist them. They look black or gold. Yeah, they're like black and gold on one side. That is so pretty. These are so cool. The colors. I really know how to pick them. Oh my gosh, you guys, you have to check this out. Look at this. They're glass foxes. Oh my gosh, they're so cute. Even made me squeal. Oh, little glass foxes. Where's the hole? Where do you string them onto? Oh, the hole is right up here in their little forehead. These are 10 pieces of 18x4 red glass foxes. That is so cool. These are so pretty. So cute. And the color. I love them. That is so pretty, you guys. I love these. So cute. We have some more bicones. Number 10 is 36 36 centimeters strand of 4 millimeter faceted round glass beads in clear. Oh, they're not bicones, they're round. Oh, I need to pay better attention. They're little round ones. Check these out. They almost glow in the dark. Number 5 is a 20 centimeter strand of 6 millimeter red lingonberries round glass beads. Lingonberries, huh? Huh. But look at that. Look at the color. They go from like super red, but then they look like almost neon, like they glow in the dark almost. That is pretty. Very pretty. I like them. These are cool. And number 1 are these 12 by 10 millimeter smoked topaz glass birch leaves, and we get 12 pieces of them. They pretty. Like I said, I'm not big on leaves. These are okay, and they go with the theme. But hey, you can't like everything. But they are cute. They go, like I said, they fit in perfectly with the theme of the box. And number 14, of course, we got some chain. It's 1 meter of 4x3 oval cable chain in antique bronze. So we've got some chain for number 11, which is always very appreciated. Okay, so I'm gonna go and grab my pliers to design on the fly, and I will be right back and see what we can create. So I'm back with what we're going to do with this subscription box, and I kind of doing a design on the fly. I kind of started it so it wouldn't take forever, and I'm going to be doing a tassel with the bead cap. I think this is to me, I think it's a bead cap. And then that's going to hang beside the beads that are going to be wired on this soft flex wire. So for this project, obviously, we're going to be using the soft flex wire. We're going to be using the chain from the kit. And then I took some of the chain and I cut up some little pieces for it. And you guys, you'll see how I do it and how I get it hooked onto this bead cap here. So I have that, and then we're going to use one of the toggle clasps, and I cut 9 inches of chain for half of the necklace, and then the other piece of the chain is going to go with the other bead cap that we have. So, and like I said, I mapped everything out, and we're going to use the connector as a pendant. Then we'll just put in some cute little dangles here. So let's get started. We're going to use our pretty much our basic pliers, some flat nose, our cutter, and round nose pliers. And then for the wire, we are going to use some crimpers. Now I only have crimps in silver, so I'm using these wire covers. They're more for knotted beads, but I think we can make them work to cover it up, and so that everything, all the metal is the same and it matches nicely. So like I said, you're gonna need your crimper, and what else? I think that's it. Oh, and some wire. I do have some wire in this 20 gauge in vintage bronze that we're going to be using to create the dangles and hang these chains up on this longer chain. So let's get started. So instead of cutting the soft flex wire, what I'm going to do is just go off the roll and start. That's the beauty of arranging your beads the way you want it. You can obviously use a bead board if you have one, but I'm going to go off the roll and start stringing the beads how I map them out. So I'm gonna start it off and show you guys one half, and then I'll go and do the other half, because that way you won't get bored. So we're gonna start off with the bead cap here, and this bead, just so you see how how pretty, I mean, how the design is gonna be set. There's obviously a ton of beads left, but this is the ones I'm using for this half. And some of that fire polish. And then we're gonna be using one of this little rondelle, half gold, half bronze, like that. And then this little bite cone in gold. And then the other fire polish. Oh no, I'm sorry. We're gonna use the little ones, the little beads. I'm gonna use that as a separator. And then we're gonna use another fire polish. So this is the sequence of how the beads are gonna go. Again, I'm gonna do one more, another bead cap, the larger bead, and then the bead cap. Oop. And one of the green fire polish. And what's next? Oh, the bite cone. Oop. There we go. Bite cone, and then the little bead, like that. And then our last one is, after the little bead, is the other rondelle. Okay, so that will be the sequence, and then we're gonna end up with two little ones in the middle, but I'll show you in just a minute. So let me go finish adding all these beads, and I will be right back. All right, so let me move all these out of the way so they're not distracting. I did one side. I ended up taking some beads off because it was way too long, this part of it. So I got some jump rings, and then I added this part. I think it looks really pretty once you see it on a bust. I think it'll look just so pretty, just hanging there as an accent. I felt that if we just did the beads, it would look boring. I ended up adding the pendant already so that I could make space for it, but I just noticed that I put it in the wrong spot. It was to go between two of the same beads, which is what marked the center for me, so that I knew, but now I need to take it off. Let me just take this piece off. There we go. There's the jump ring opening. So I'll open it there, take it off. And I wanted to put it between these two, which are these two, which are two rondelles put together. That would mark the center of this necklace of the beaded wire. Now I'm going to put it backwards. So I just open it a little bit more and put it through there. There we go. And now I need my other pliers. Just gonna take this one too close. There we go. So now it's straight. This is my 9-inch. This is my 9-inch chain right here. So I'm gonna leave that to hook it up. But for now, I have this longer piece. So what I did was I took this bead cap and I kind of measured it to see how long I could make my tassel. So for example, right here, I took, and I'm gonna do different sizes. So I took that from there and then grabbed my cutter. Then I grabbed my cutter and I cut right there. Oops. There we go. So that's one little piece. I just want them to hang out of this bead cap like that. And then kind of took another one and let me see, let me put this a little bit lower. There we go. And then put a little longer one, so right there. Took that, just kind of to make them uneven. So now we have a little bit longer. Then we want one in the middle of those two, perhaps. So right about, well, I want one that's a lot shorter. So I'm gonna go right there. There. So we have this piece right here. And then this one is a super long one. So that'll work out just fine. Because that's how many we have here. We have 4. Yeah, I did 4 pieces on that one too. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my 20 gauge wire and straighten this out with my wire, with my nylon jaw plier. Make it nice and straight. And I took 2 inches, so right about there. It's a little bit bent on the end, but we're going to cut that off. And cut right there, like so. Is it 2 inches? Yeah. Let me see. I'm pretty sure it was. So then I'm going to grab my pliers and bend them like that. Then we grab my round nose plier right about there. Let me turn it up towards, I don't know if you can, my round nose plier made kind of like an L shape, and we're going to bring this around like that, take the plier out of the way, and just so we can make a wrap loop. And I'm going to keep this part open a little bit, so I'm not going to put them all in order of length. They're just gonna, I want them all to be mixed. So I'm just gonna add my chains. And then this one. And another one. Goodness gracious. There we go. Come on. That. And this one. So now we have all of our chains on this loop right here. So I'm just going to, again, close this little loop like so. Kind of straighten it out a little bit so that it's over. And then here's where I love, here's where my bent nose pliers come into play. They work perfect for this kind of thing. I'm just going to put them over that part that crosses over each other. Just kind of trying to grab the loop as well, like that. And then I'm just going to change hands and make sure that it's nice, and then just wire wrap this piece here. It doesn't have to be many loops. I just want to close it so that it holds the chains together. And the loops don't have to be perfect. These are going to be hidden. You just want to make sure they're nice and closed. So see, now we have our chain, our little chain tassel. So we're going to put that through here. It's going to come out this side. Come on. There we go. Oop. I need my pliers. Like so. So see, now we have our chained tassel. And then now we're going to do that again as far as the wire and wire wrapping. My round nose pliers, put those in here. Bring it over. Take the pliers out of the way. Change hands, and then you can just grab any flat nose pliers. This one, I'll grab. No, you know what? Before we start doing that, glad I remember just in time. Before we start to wire wrap this loop, we're gonna put on our chain. Phew, I almost missed it. We're going to put it here on the chain, like so. Come on, I'm gonna open it a little bit. There we go. I like using these coated pliers because now I can go ahead and hold it. It's starting to peel again. I like using the pliers that are coated like this so that I don't peel the coat off this wire, which is what keeps it from tarnishing. Because once you strip the coat, then there's the risk that it will tarnish. There. And there we go. That moved up. And up again. And I think that's gonna take it all up. I didn't need to cut any off. So wrap the loop like that, and straighten it out a little bit. So now we have our chain here ready to go with our little tassel. So now on this side, what we're going to do is, first of all, we're going to thread on our little bead cap that I mentioned is for, where did I put it? See, that's why I like to have it close by. Here it is. And I'm going to put it right here through this little, it's got like a little slot right there. So I'm going to put it right there. The wire through there. I'm going to move this out of the way. Love those things, by the way. They're super helpful. The what do they call them? Bead stoppers. I can't think. And then we're going to add, oops, come on. Going to add my crimp, and it's a 2 millimeter crimp. And see how it ends up nesting in there? I don't know if it's visible on camera. So it's nesting in there. So what I did was, it needs to have a double so that it holds well, a double strand, just to provide that it doesn't slide out. So I'm going to cut a piece off here like that. I did this trick the other day with a Halloween necklace. And oops, right, there we go. And I'm just going to thread it through here. And this is just kind of like a dummy strand, so to speak. So I'm just going to thread it through there. There we go. And we want to make sure our necklace is folded so that we leave it so it has movement. But now there we go. I need to bring this closer. along with the crimp. There we go. Alright. Now the tricky part is getting your crimping plier in here. I suppose you could just, you don't need to do the double crimp, but I really want to because I worry that it's not going to be sturdy, you know, sturdy enough to, I mean, it's not like everybody's gonna be pulling on it, but just in case. So I'm sneaking in as close as I can my crimper, and so I'm gonna get ready here and crimp, and then on the other side I'm just going to put it in the other slot right there, and then crimp again. Now a lot of people tend to squeeze here, but I was watching a tutorial from Softflex, and no, not Softflex, I'm sorry, from Bead, and they Meredith, she told us that it's, if you do that extra squeeze, you're cutting into the strands of this wire, so totally not recommended to do that. So now what I'm gonna do is cut this here, cut the extra, and cut these two little extras here, because now we have to close the crimper, I mean the bead cover. So I'm just gonna close it and see how it hides it nicely. I really like the way it finished because it looks like a little bead. And I bought a ton of these on AliExpress. That's where I got these. And I mean, I bought a boatload. So then I'm gonna grab one of my 6mm jump rings, and then oh, why am I using that one? Oh my goodness, my crimper. I guess I could still use the tip of it. And I'm gonna put it through the two little holes here, like that, and then I'm gonna thread it through the little loop that we made on the top of the bead cap, and then just close our jump ring like that. And now we have our necklace with, oh wait, let me make sure, yeah, I want these to go on the outside of the, these go on the outside of the necklace. So now we have those like that, you know, on the outsides. And like I said, right now you can't really tell, but when I put up the design to the bust, it looked so pretty. Okay, to finish off, we're just gonna do 3 little tassels here, and what I want to do is use the fox that go in the middle, and then some leaves and some pine cones. So, and 2 of these really pretty Picasso beads. So just to hang here, which I think will just give it a really nice finish. So what we're going to do is, first of all, we need to wire wrap these, and I have 20, I did find some 22 gauge vintage bronze, I forgot I had a huge roll of it, vintage bronze wire, and it's kind of getting a little messed up here. So what we're going to do is take and wire. First of all, what we need to do is make these into little hanging, like little hanging things of them. So this one I'm just gonna take like this. We're gonna start off with this one, and I have it here. Where's my nylon drop pliers? Here we go. And just straighten it out like so. And I'm going to, this one has the hole on the side, so I mean side to side up here. So basically what you do here is you take your bead into the wire, you make an X like that over the bead. And then you grab your chain nose pliers, and you're going to grab this part and you're going to straighten it up just like that. And then we'll take, you can either use your pliers or your hand, whichever is easier, but this is craft wire, so it's pretty easy to wrap, and just make a quick loop here, and I'll show you why in a minute. It doesn't need to be very fancy. So there we go, just like that. I'll have extra, but that's okay. And then, since we made just one single little loop, just to kind of get it on there, get the bead hooked, then we're going to cut that piece off and make sure it's just nice and tucked in. Like that. Then what we're going to do is take just the tip right there, like that, and bend it like an L, and then grab our round nose pliers, like so. And we're going to bring it over the end. Of course, we're going to make the loop, get it out of the way, make the loop. So now what you want to do with this, I think it'll make it look really pretty, is start wrapping to make a nice thick messy wrap over this bead. Just kind of give it that boho feel. See how it looks really just, it doesn't have to be perfect, but just covering it, make it like a nice little cone over the bead. Like I said, gives it a nice little boho feel to the necklace, to the bead. Well, yeah, eventually to the necklace. So now we have that one. Let me straighten out this. And you can kind of play with it until it ends up where you want it. So there we go, we've got that one. And then for this one, basically what we're going to do is make our own little, like I've done in other videos, and we're going to make our own head pin. So as always, just start at the tip, your wire, and start making, I usually make like 3 little loops. You want to keep it at the tip because otherwise it'll just get bigger and bigger. So it's okay if it comes up like that, and then bend the wire like this and bring it into that little loop there. Get out, grab your nylon job pliers and your chain nose pliers and pull. So that way you straighten your head pin and you've got your little like rosette looking end to it. And then I would like the leaves to go down, so I'm just going to put it in like that, and our usual little bead wrapping like that. And take it out of the way, and then just wire wrap it again. Doesn't have to be perfect. We want it to have, like I said, that little boho feel to it. Since I think the colors and the theme lends itself to it, to that kind of style. And do not try to cut it like me. There we go. and tuck in your end. And fix the loop. And there we go. Now we have that one. For this one, we're just going to use a jump ring. Oops. Gonna open the jump rings for the pine cones. And put that on there. For the fox, I'm going to take another bit of wire. Okay, so I didn't realize that my camera quit recording. So I don't know at this point where it ended up cutting off. So I hope at least I got some where I showed you the head pin and how I wrapped, you know, the little fox and the little, all I did was add some jump rings to the little pine cones, and I made head pins for the leaves. So hopefully part of that is still here. Well, I guess I'll find out when I'm editing. And then I have all of these little jump rings here. So what we're going to do is start adding all these little beads to turn them into dangles. So I'm going to grab my first little jump ring and I'm just going to start doing this. And you'll see, oops, there we go. This one, this leaf will be the first one up here. Just going to add it right there and close that. And then I'm going to grab the little pine cone, like so, and put that one right with the leaf. But I'm going to put it on the jump ring, not on the loop, so that they start to kind of stagger a little bit. They start getting a little bit longer. If you have leftover chain, you can always add a piece of chain and then add these to them. But I thought they'd look cute just like this. And then after that one, I'm gonna grab another, and then after that, actually, I'm gonna grab this little spiky thing, that really pretty bead, and put that on a jump ring. And hang that from the pine cone, making sure I don't wrap it in the leaf by accident. There, it's on the, it's not on the leaf. I want it on the pine cone jump ring. There we go. Pine cone jump ring. Starts to get a little convoluted in there, but see how they start to kind of hang more in a dangle way. Let me move my hand from here so you can see how they start to kind of dangle down. And then I'm gonna start over here just to make sure I have everything even. So before we put the little fox, I'm gonna put this fox in the center, but I'm going to put a leaf first. Let me open this a little bit more. There. And put this in the center one. And like that. And then I'm gonna grab the little pine cone. Oh, the pine cone already has a jump ring. What am I doing? Little pine cone here. And put it on the leaf. There we go. Like that. Oop. And now we're going to grab another leaf. Oops. So just kind of trying to distribute them right now to make sure, like I said, they all end up even. And see, and I made head pens, so I don't know if that was recorded. Made head pens for the leaves too. And put this one on the last little loop. another pine cone. I have a little, there we go. Oh, come on. Need to find the opening. I should have left this one. Oh, here we go. Open that, put it on the leaf, jump ring. Close that. See how cute that looks? I think it's looking very cute. And then I'm gonna grab jump ring and put the other one on the outer edge. Go like this. So see, now we've got all our little dangles going. I'm going to put another leaf on each edge, on each of the outside. Then I'm going to add these little pine cones here. Wow, okay. And then to add a bit of cuteness and color, which I think is going to be perfect, we go with our little fox. Our little guy right there. Those are the dangles for the pendant. And then all we're going to do over here on the edges of this chain is put on our clasp. This is how the necklace is going to look. Stay tuned. Right after this, I'm going to post a picture of it on the bust. And if you like this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. If you're new, welcome. My name is Maria Luisa. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Make sure to click on that bell right beside it so you get notified the next time I upload another video, which will be soon. Don't forget to stay safe and healthy, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.